doing here today is a bee themed wreath. This is an 8-inch sign from Temu, and this is the Unique in the Creek large board. We have 52 zip ties in there already, and we're making 3 petals today. 3 different kinds of petals. We're doing the daisy chain petal with the bead on top. Sometimes it's called the LE petal, and this one is just a petal. I'm not sure what it's called, but I like the petal. It's different. And this is the cell petal. So 3 different types of mesh, different colors mesh. This is the poly burlap, yellow and window pane, black and yellow window pane, and the yellow window pane. So all 3 different types of petals we'll be making. I'll sew you 2 each on every row that we'll be going through. And what you need for what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be using a zip tie gun. Sometimes I use it, sometimes I use the nippers, and of course you'll need scissors and zip ties. These are 6-inch. This is for the hanger, and the needle nose for pulling up your closing up your zip ties, and a couple of pipe cleaners for your sign, and also 4-inch zip ties, as well as a 16mm bead. These are 32 beads that I'll be using for the petals, so we'll make 2 more. And these beads came from Temu. Okay, so let's go ahead with the petal. Let's make this petal right here. This is called the 3D daisy chain, the daisy chain petal, and sometimes we call it the LE petal. That's the one with the bead on top. So we'll grab a yellow poly burlap. Okay, put this aside because we don't need it yet. And so we're going to put this curved side up. I did cut this with a rotary cutter. I did not heat seal it because all the edges are hidden. And so let's put this curved side up, turn it into a diamond, and this is how I do mine. So I make a little square right in the middle, and I just poof down there where I think the middle is. Okay, and then I grab this and put it up. So I'm just gonna grab this and fold it over here. So I'm just gonna put this over here, make sure the edges over here are lined up, and I swing it around because I'm right-handed. And here I measure this. This is, where did I place the zip tie? At the 5.5-inch mark is where I added the zip tie. So 5 inches, 5.5 inches would be right there, the gray area. And then I just pinch these together, and I grab my 4-inch zip tie. Oh, I do need my 6-inch zip ties. Forgot I was going to add the bead on there. Okay, so zip that up. I'll grab my couple of my 6-inch zip ties. Okay, and then we grab our bead, our 16mm bead, and put your zip tie in through there. And see this opening? You just go ahead and put your zip tie in through that and close it up. Oops, close it up. Oops, that's on the wrong way. Okay, make sure it's on the right side. So close it up. Hold on, there we go. Keep missing that little hole. And I just make sure this is in the middle, and I tuck the nub of the zip tie under, and I close it off just like that. And I go in there with my zip tie gun and cut that off, and cut this one off, and snip that off just right there. And you have your LE petal. And what I do when I look at my LE petals is, you see this is a little bit narrower than this one. You see this the back side mostly, I make sure that that one is facing up when I add it into the board. Okay, we'll do that one more time. We do that one more time. So we'll find the middle. I usually make like a little square in like that, and I just put it down where I think the middle is, from this end to this end. So eyeballing it, and then I just fold this up, and this one down, and just like that. It's easy. And then I measure this at 5.5 inches. Oh, right here is 5.5 inches. I add a zip tie. I cut that out. I'll grab a 6-inch, and I grab a bead, and I do the same thing as when I did the first one. It's like that. I love using beads on my petals. I don't know why, but I just think they're just so cute. I love this style, the wreath that I'm making, this style. This probably has something to do with my cultural background or something. Okay. So let's get on with this. So we'll grab our board. Again, this is a Lars Unique in the Creek board. I do have 32 zip ties on row 2, as you can see. That's what we're working on now. So 32 of these daisy chain or LE petals will be placed into 1 per zip tie. Is how I'm adding this. So when I make sure, why I use my zip ties right here is they're a good stopper for the larger gap holes, especially those. That's why I use my zip ties. Okay, so we'll continue adding these petals onto row 2 all the way around, just like that. These 4-inch zip ties I had ordered from, oh, that one's a dead one. Some of these zip ties are like that. I wonder why. It's on the right way, but I found that the gray ones, or sometimes the white ones too, are like that. But all you gotta do, throw it out, take it out, throw it out, and add in another one. These, I was just saying that these 4-inch zip ties, I got them from Temu. They're a little bit, you know, flimsy, but they do the job. They do the job. As long as they're holding when I add them into the board. So look at these, the little beads. You see that? There's little bees on the beads here. Those are cute. home with that. So there we go. That's all the 32 LE petals in there. And now we're going to go ahead and cut off the tails of the zip tie using my zip tie gun. So this one, when I use this gun, I get a little tired because my hands are a little, you know, small. My squeeze gets a little, you know, squeezing on the trigger gets a little tired. So I don't always use my zip tie gun, but I like it because it tightens the zip ties right to the board, and then it cuts it. And I figure I'm a little bit faster with the nippers. I'll use the nippers on the next row here. See, I'm getting tired here now. Excuse me. You guys seeing this okay? I think I'm a little bit off camera here. I have to remember that I have to work where that square is. How I land up my camera. There we go. Oh, no, that's very tiring. Now we're gonna make this one. This is a window pane mesh. Put that aside. It's a window pane mesh. And what I do, I did cut this with a rotary cutter. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this curved side up and turn it this way. We call this turn it into a diamond, because it does look like a diamond when you turn it this way. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this top and put it down at the bottom and flatten this out a little bit. I'm just gonna turn it this way, and I'm gonna grab this and put it over here, just like that. And I'm making sure my folded sides are always away from me when I do this. Okay, so I'm gonna, where did I add this? 5.5. Okay, so 5.5 inches is where I'm gonna pinch. See where the middle is? And what I'm gonna do is look at this and find the middle. This could be the middle, and I'm just gonna slide it over to the middle. I'm gonna do the same thing with this one, pinch and slide over, and then you have this one. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna put these together, just like that, and you have your petal. I don't have a name of this, but it's not mine. I seen somebody make this, and I was like, I like that look. I'm gonna try it. So here I am doing this. So I'm just gonna grab my 4-inch, and I'm gonna put it right there, right where I pinched it. Okay. Close it off, and sniff off the tail and cut this, just like that. Okay, so there's the petal. We'll make one more. Okay, and fold it this way. I am wreathing, so that's what counts. Okay, there it is. There's our petals. So we'll need, did I say how many I needed? There's 32 here, so right for the next one here, well, it's, how many? What did I do with this? Okay, I did every other with the zip ties. So I zip tie, skip, zip tie, skip, zip tie, skip all the way around. So this is altogether 12 zip ties. Yeah, 12 zip ties for row 3. So 12 of these is what we're adding. I thought about adding all 24, but these are a little wider, and so that's why I went every other with that there, with that row. So we'll see what it looks like, because I've never done this before and thought it might look good. Yeah, it does. It looks good. It seems to cover, so that's a plus. Excuse me. So it does cover up the board, this part over here. If not, I'm gonna stretch it out a little bit, make these a little wider. Okay. I didn't make more than I should with these petals because at first I wanted to add 24, but maybe we might. We'll see. We'll see how it covers with this every other first. So again, I'm making sure my zip tie is going inside this zip tie when I zip it up for, you know, security purposes. So, but I think we'll need to add, oh, let's just see first. Let's just see. This is trial and error, because this is my first time making a wreath this way, and I thought we should do it together. But you could see a little bits and pieces here and there of zip ties, but I don't know. We shall see. We shall see. We shall see. Okay, so we're cutting off my zip ties with my nippers now. See how fast I am now with this one? Okay, there we go. So those are in there. So I did add on the next row 8 zip ties. Just so you see. And so we're making a different petal for that as well. So making this petal. This is the cell petal, I believe it's called. I saw it on YouTube, so I don't know who made it. I like those little tiny petals. They're cute, aren't they? Okay, let's make this one. So we're doing the same thing. Putting this down, and we're folding this way. Okay, I am tip to tip. Okay, and then we're just gonna put it this way, and this is where I'm gonna fold this flap down in the middle. Okay, and I'm gonna pinch it right here, the bottom, and slide this over. When I slide them over, you notice they're gonna fold a little bit, just like that, and that's good because you want to see that look on the side here. So they're both folded a little. So 4 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 inches is where I added the zip tie. Oh my goodness. My words didn't come out right away. Okay. Pull that to closed, nip it off, and cut this off here. Just like that. We'll make another one. Alrighty, here we go. And we're just gonna eyeball this to see if it's in the center. Okay, just like that. 1, 2, 3, 4.5 inches is right here. And put these over just like that. Now these ones can be wider if you want, or they can be longer if you want, but I'm keeping it at 4.5 inches because we need smaller petals for the fourth row. Fourth row, is it? Yeah, fourth row. We'll add those petals right on the fourth row and see how well it's gonna cover up the board. But I think if it's not gonna cover up well, I think we might want to add 8 more on the fourth row. But I don't want to end up covering these cute little petals here. But we'll see, we'll see. So close that off. Ooh, that's cute. And I like mixing and matching my petals. Do you guys do that? I like that. Like, it gives more interest on your wreath, I think. We'll see about, maybe we will add 8 more. I have to end up cutting 8 more petals here. Oh, pieces. But I have these over here too. Maybe we'll end up adding these here. That looks good. We'll see, we'll see. Okay. Yeah, I think we'll add these on the middle parts here. It always ends up working in the end when you're doing a trial and error with these boards. Got all those holes that you need to fill up as well, so very versatile. Okay. Alrighty. So that's the last of this kind of petal in there. But now we need to add another 8 zip ties, so we can add the other ones on the middle parts here. Is what I think I'm gonna do. Let's hold up the sign there first and see. There we go. Let's hold up the sign. Yeah, we can see gaps of little board here and there. Yeah, I think we need to add 8 more zip ties. Oh, but that's so cute, isn't it? I like mixing and matching petals and mixing and matching mesh colors. I think it's my jam. There we go. So let's add 8 more zip ties. These are white ones now. It's all right. Mix and match your zip tie colors as well. Colors. 52 petals are in there. And we're adding 8, so 60 petals now. We're gonna be using 60 petals. Let's add this one in there. Oh, that's so cute. Look at that. Me likes. Stand it up a little bit. Ooh. It's nice to make extra petals in times like this. Alrighty. So that's done. Ooh, isn't that pretty? I like that. Let me see, where's the top part? This one. There we go. Isn't that pretty? I like that look. Going to have a 6-inch sign. It was just lay perfect in there. But we're gonna cover most of those up. See? Oh no, it looks good. Oh, look. I like it. I think I'll keep it. No, I'm not gonna keep it. Okay. And there it is, friends. Home sweet home.